is death accident. So when we separate death accident into death and accident, it will bring a different definition. So let's see what is death. Death is basically the end of life or the cessation of life, whereas accidents, it is in general an unplanned, unexpected and undesigned event which occurs suddenly and cause injury or loss. So when it comes to the term of death accident, it is defined as any death that occurs a result of an accident. This type of death are only deemed accidental if it is not intended, or we say it by suicide, expected, or foreseeable, which causes illness. So let's see what are the examples of accidental death. Accidental death, when we see majorly, it is caused by motor vehicle accidents, right? Sorry, there are motor vehicle accidents, right? So drowning, firearms and falls are also under accidental deaths. Industrial accidents, such as explosion and mining accidents, are also accidental deaths, guys. So let's see, is poisoning falls under accidental deaths? Yes, they are. So poisoning is basically divided into two, which is gas or vapor. For instance, are carbon monoxide gas accidents. And if we see for solid and liquid, it is caused by drugs or medication. So these are the examples that I can give of accidental deaths. Thank you.
Of the death accident, uh, which is very important to know. And first of all is the human factor. The cause accident is the human factor. So the first one is careless. Yes, and second, lack of information. Lack of information is the person that drive the car do not know about the traffic light, about how to drive safely, and yes. And third is lack of discipline. Fourth, health factor. Health factor is about the person drive in drunk, and it's very dangerous for drive. And lastly, accident repeater, which is the mean accident repeater is the same people do a same mistake, which is very dangerous to other people that driving. Okay, that's all from me.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I will explain about the index of death in Malaysia from 2011 2016, where you can see at the table the death of from year 2011 was increased to go to 2016, and the total of the number car that register also increased. Okay, how to get that index? From the calculation method, you can get from the total debt divide by the total number of registered times 1000, 10,000. Next is this. This is a bar chart where I get from Department of Statistics Malaysia. The statistic on causes of death Malaysia 2018 show that the transport accident was the third position that cause of death in Malaysia, and the population age from 0 to 14 years was decreased, but decreased from 2016 to 2017. For the age 15 to 40 years also increased for 0.7% points compared to 2016. This is the pie chart for total road accidents and fatal road accidents. You can see in here for total road accidents, the motorcycle was the highest one, and followed by motor car, another van, lorry, and the last one is bus for the public transport. And the last is the fatal road accident. Is still the motorcycle was the highest one, because the motorcycle offer very little protection to the riders in a crash. That's all from me.
Death accidents in Malaysia was recorded third highest globally in 2016. But recently, Bukit Aman Traffic Investigations and Enforcement Department Director, Dato' Azizman Alia, said that there was an overall improvement in traffic incidents nationwide, where the number of serious accidents was recorded 9.2%, which is lesser than the previous one, which is 13.9%. He attributed that the increase of the total number of traffic accidents in both major and minor to higher number of vehicles are unusual. And additionally, the motorcyclists contributed the more in deaths recorded last year, which is 65.7% from the overall of the fatalities. Thank you.
So the next point for the problem of why Malaysian are listed as the top 3 country of the high rate of the death accident in the world are because of the increases of vehicles on the road, and this was unusual. This was said by the Bukit Aman Traffic Investigation and Enforcement Department Director Deputy Commissioner Dato' Azizman Alias. So this is because of Malaysian did not put any rules for every family to have a limited vehicles of their personnel. So mostly Malaysia have more than 3 vehicles at their house.
I will explain the reason why accident in Malaysia is highest in globally. Firstly is because using phone while driving. This is the main causes. Why? Because using phone driving is one of the two things. First, it will distract driver from paying attention to the road. Secondly, because it takes hands off the wheel. In fact, an experimental test by the Mythbusters themselves proved that using phone while driving came out worse than driving under influence because of the two main reasons above.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Muhammad Rizwan Afindi Beshoaib. So my matching number is 199377. So today I will explain about the reason why Malaysia get the top 3 of the death accident in globally. So some of the reason why Malaysia get the highest death accident is the driving while using phone. So most of the driver using their phone when they are driving, so they will not focus on driving, so that's why can cause the accident. So next, the reason is most of Malaysian are driving speeding in the rain. As we know, in the rain we cannot speed our car, but we must put it slowly with 40 until 60 kilometers per hour. So we cannot speed in the rain. So that's why the most our accident in the rain is because their car in the rain. So the other reason is most of the car they are changing their lane without signaling to others' car, so they will cause an accident in front and or get bumped to their car. So this.
And hello everyone. Today I want to explain my part of solution to reduce the number of road deaths. The first point is public education. The first solution to reduce the number of road deaths to give the society education about the safety driving. For instance, before the people get their license, the people must get any education for safety driving, because the awareness to safety driving is from ourselves. The second part is better law enforcement. Most of road accidents caused by the driver who violates the rules. And to reduce this problem, we should have the better law enforcement. The example is giving the punishment that makes the people deterred. And the last point is vehicle restriction. Beside the human error, we have any problem in the vehicle condition. A road accident also caused by the vehicle condition. For the example, there are many people still use their old car with bad condition, uh, and also the drivers itself doesn't know the condition of their own car.
Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Warren Muhammad Fahmi. So my metric number is 19387. Okay. So I'm going to talk about solution to the problem death accident. Okay, the first one is watch for red light runner. Okay, for example, count to 3 before entering in an intersection on the green light. Look both way and be sure no one is trying to speed through a yellow light. Okay, for the second solution is keep at least one hand on the steering wheel. Okay, we can reduce in car distractions such as charging radio station or CDs, cell phone, and the other activity. Okay, and the third solution to the problem death accident is watch for kid. Okay, this is happen especially at residential neighborhood. Okay, as we know that children and animal have a habit of suddenly popping out from between parked car and into roadway. So if you are driving in a residential, okay, please slow down your car and
As for me, the solution for getting death accident in Malaysia, we can lower the risk by avoiding from getting distracted, such as avoid from using phones. Even though we are hands-free, it will distract because of we will be talking. So avoiding from getting distracted, focus on your driving. Sometimes there will be aggressive driver, so keep ignoring them. Also avoid from driving when you are drunk, because from these small things that we think that will make us effect on our driving. So we couldn't know that the accident will come from what cause. So firstly, from what I think, the solution is more to the people, the driver. They must focus on what they're doing when they're driving. Avoid from doing multitasking, and focus on their driving. That's all for me for the solution. Thank you.
So I am doing the second part of the assignment, the group assignment, which is to propose as many as possible of solution to a problem. So we have choose the second problem, which is Malaysia is the third highest death accident globally. So this is very worrying. So my first point of solution is to AES. AES camera or automated enforcement system is a system to monitor all federal roads, highways and expressways in Malaysia. The system came into operation on 22 September 2012. So basically, the system will catch any vehicle that have driven above the speed limit. So I think for the AES, the authority should plant more AS camera throughout the highways in Malaysia, so that the driver will aware and will drive according to the speed limit, so they will reduce the probability of crash because of driving in high speed. And then police traffic watch and round should be increased. Furthermore, on festive days or school holidays or school breaks, because at this period of time, the highways will be, this is the peak period where the highway will be crowded, and usually in the crowded areas there will be minor accidents and crashes occur. So my third point is for JPJ action. So JPJ should do roadblock more oftenly regarding the modification of vehicle that is legal and not according to the not according to the laws. And maybe the list for the license check every time on roadblock is should be more strict, because nowadays the cases of unlicensed driver is very common, and this will increase the probability of crashes during on the road, because the driver is not skilled or not it's not been taught the right way of using of or obeying the road laws and regulation. So my next point will be focused on more JKR. So JKR basically monitor the road condition and the facilities on the road. So JKR should be improving their effort more on the road condition. So they need to repair, to construct a better road condition, such as the manholes and the other potholes on the road. This will increase the probability and the prone of accidents, car accidents and road accident, because the road condition also plays a key, important key in keeping the traffic well. Because if the road condition is worse, then the driving ways or people will drive quite recklessly, because the road play a major part in avoiding road accidents. So my second last point is the importance of education, information and publicity regarding to raise awareness about the road safety and road laws. Basically, the authority or the NGOs can organize a roadshow whereby they going to the event or going from places to places, raising awareness about the road safety and road knowledge or road laws to the public. Other than that, a tour or school tour whereby they going from school to school, raising awareness to the student also can be done since the early stage among the student. Then awareness through media social. Media social is a very key, is important key nowadays, because everybody is using media social nowadays. So raising awareness through media social is kind of a very effective way to raise awareness, because people are on media social every day, such as Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and the awareness also can be raised through TV commercials and also radio talks. And for my last point is free car maintenance. So for free car maintenance, maybe the NGOs or the car brands or car company itself can organize the free car maintenance, especially before festive holidays or long holidays, end of year holiday, because this will help in reducing the probability of road accidents, because the condition of the vehicle also plays a major role in avoiding the road accident. So maybe the free car maintenance could include basic maintenance, such as the condition of the tire, condition of the brakes, and also condition of the engines. And with that, I think this is the few possible way that can be helped to reduce the death accident rates in Malaysia. Thank you.